up, my people? What's going on with you? Yo, I apologize for the sound being so loud tonight. Uh, the really I'm talking about the volume, the volume tonight on the Wheelers podcast. I had the music a little too loud for the appreciation of truth, and what I wanted to do now is really just really connect with you and let you know about the real appreciation of truth. The appreciation of truth is understanding, like, for real, how life affects us all, and in these strenuous moments of moving forward in life, we have to practice appropriate skill sets to move forward. So really, I'm just going to try to make this a short. I'm just doing it, live, because the thing is, man, you never want to miss your opportunities in life. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth always stares you in your face, even if you're not recognizing it fully. You have to always go beneath the surface. Don't be afraid to. And always look at the positive outcome of how you was able to understand how that truth was able to come to be. How it was able to, come into fruition. So, truth is a tricky thing because it don't need you. It doesn't rely on you. It doesn't have to have your your say so. Truth doesn't have to give a shit about how you feel about any equation in life. It just is. So when you align yourself, the closest you can do is align yourself with the truth, specifically, simply because it can do two things: save your life or end your life. Know how the truth spills out for you. You know, uh, like I always say, stay in alignment. Stay close in alignment with the truth. Because if you don't do that, you know, you become spoils. You know, and that's how the fact. That's how everything measures up. Like I tell you, the truth is very tricky. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care about emotions. Truth is not an emotional. Uh, it's not. It has supreme emotional intelligence. I would say that much. I think the truth has supreme emotional intelligence. The reason why I say the truth has extreme emotional intelligence is because if you have to think about it, it doesn't take emotion to even understand what the truth actually is at all. It doesn't take that. It doesn't need it. It doesn't have to even comprehend. It just has to be. The truth always is. It don't need you. It don't need me either. But I guarantee you, the truth always is. So check it out. When you understand how you don't have an actual position with the truth, you have to create a position with the truth. It's a big fucking difference. Being the fact that you want to be who you want to be, you have to face yourself in the mirror every day and actually like what you see. Because if you don't like what you see, you know, who's going to actually fundamentally uh, appreciate you for you? No one. I promise you they won't. You have to do that first. If you don't do that first, then you'll continuously be discredited. You'll continuously be, disillusioned and disassociated with what you want yourself to be because you keep relying on what others want you to be. When so other people, when you're trying to go somewhere, when you're trying to formulate your own equations, you don't have to rely on them. It's quite unnecessary. So, being that things are extremely unnecessary, and I have to get up out here, but I'm just telling you the truth, it's stranger than fiction. So if the truth is stranger than fiction, you can create your own fiction. So why would you believe in fiction? Why would you believe in what people tell you? You have to understand and know things that you know for yourself. Regardless of what anybody say, that's called being an adult, you know. People can tell you a whole heap of fucking lies, but lies don't equate to truth. It doesn't matter what you do, because lies have no roots. So you have to understand what rhymes. It's like saying, you know, in believing and associating so much because of propaganda, you associate black people with being slaves, where Slav is actually synonymous with Slavic countries, Khazarians, you know, Slavics. So the Khazarians and Slavics and those people, that empire, they had Slavs of their own. They enslaved their own people. So when the tables turn, you will start enslaving people of who? A different hue. And you subscribe them with names that are not fitting, like slave. See, that's why things are controversial and everything is not so fitting. Because everything is not so descriptive or described to the liking of what things actually are. So before you call a Khan, meaning if you look up the Ku Klux Klan, there are no Khans, there are no kings, there are no Ks. They shouldn't even wear the symbol of K. It's a bastardization. They're cloaked in evil. That's what blanche. No color, no meaning. So your whole meaning is to hate the Khan, American, the God King. There's an African, there is a Moroccan. Those are kings, the production of kings. So if you cannot produce a king, you are a peon. Understand? Peons cannot produce kings. Only indigenous kings have ruled appropriately. Understand me and understand me well. So, I talk about a lot of indigenous history because they are the forebearers before what you would call the New World, anything that you can associate with what anything new. There's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes tells you in their Bible. Nothing new under the sun. Not at all. If there were, why would you have thoughts? Why do you have thoughts that you can do anything you would like because you have free will? You just have to get it done. If you can fly, you have to figure out how. If you can breathe, like blowing out and knock buildings down, I mean, you can do that if you figure out how. There are mechanisms, there are things that you can create in your mind if you understand how to do anything you want to try to do and ever dream of doing. But why would you ever dream of doing anything destructive or that can cause corruption? Our goal and duty on this planet is to be the best that we can be as a single organism on organic being. So if you eat organically the best, if you think organically the best, if you try to provide yourself with the best organic principles on this planet, you are due to survive. Because you put the appreciation of what you got out of the planet back into the planet because you know who you are. So therefore, the Wilderness Podcast always focuses on the subjects of what we are and how better we can make ourselves from the inside out, not outside in. It's always inside out. Be the best inside out. Be the best person you can from the inside out, never outside in. Outside in is taking on too much and too many things and too many entanglements that you can't handle, you can't muster, you can't think of. So you're all confused on a continuum. You're always taking in other attributes and other aspects of other angles. When you clearly have your solutions in front of your face, if you take a look and listen. If you are a Caucasian, your family has a past, you know it. You can correct yourself instantly. It takes, you know, indigenous Americans quite some time. But that's not a bad thing, that's a wonderful thing, you know. To create things, you know, if you're a Caucasian American, you can create things that can fix things appropriately and immediately simply because the power of how the world is orchestrated, you kind of run. But that time is running short, very short. See, the same way you flip the world is like nature has to take back over. So you understand that. I'm going to tell you something. The world that we live on, this celestial plane, is a celestial body. It's a body. It has a memory. So the descriptions that we had before of what was going on is now coming into play. What did Malcolm X say? The chickens has come home to roost. So when you look at the situation now, all the lies, when Caucasians didn't leave their children no legacy by telling lies upon indigenous people, literally taking upon being the studious, being the steward, you was a steward. You learned from the indigenous class of people that had all these wonderful creative elements that you never had. So you learned and became in place the master with your system, which is the overlay society of the systems of the planes of the world, charging for land that you don't own, can't own, but you have rolled up papers. But you do have militaries that can make sure if you don't do as I say, but not as you do, they still got to pay. That's the problem. That's a real problem. That do as I say, not as I do attitude is a serious problem. So I did a show about that too. It a couple episodes ago. I hope you guys look at that. But anyway, I hope you check it out. It's gonna be short tonight. I just wanted to let you know of how serious it is. The truth. The truth. Let's bring out the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's be purveyors of the truth. There's nothing wrong with telling the truth. And you should be appreciative of the truth of what it can do for you. Especially you, as an individual, tell the truth of yourself specifically so that you can also give that same truth to others and be proud of what you can give and purvey to others. Your version of you, but make sure it's aligned with truth. You can't. And truth, again, doesn't give a fuck about you or me. It is, and that's just what it is. The truth does not give a shit about how you feel, how I feel, how the world feels. It has its own recorded lexicon of what the truth specifically is. So be in line with the truth, people. I love you. I appreciate you. I got to go to bed. My wife already called me, and I got to go. But I love you so much. And once again, understand one thing. The wheel is yours. Yeah, be cool, people. Yeah. Stay easy. Peace.